Good morning everyone, guess where I am today? I am actually in the heart of London's bustling West End, and there's my driver Robbie. There he is, look at that, Robert as he should be, and look at that, there's a route master here, the Snog bus. This is RML 2711 and it's still got its SMK 711 registration on it, and this used to be based at Camberwell Bus Garage back on the number 12s back in 2004. Still got its original body, B2711. So this is a view of the offside of it, as you can see there. So this is RML 2711, here in the heart of St Giles Circus. And this used to be where the 14 and the 22 used to, well 14 used to rest up, just beneath Centre Point. There's Centre Point over there. This ugly 1960s development there. But yeah, this is RML 2711. So what we'll do, we're going to walk down through St Giles High Street with my trusty friend Robbie there. Say hello, Robert.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, there he is.
You all okay?
Yeah. Lovely fellow, wonderful speeches, wonderful driver, wonderful pal. So yeah, so we're going through, this is the St Giles area of London's bustling West End. And yeah, it's hard to believe this area's all been redeveloped since the Elizabeth line was built a few years back, and it's what, 3 years now since the Elizabeth line's been opened. So straight in front of us, just behind those trees, that is St Giles Church. So this is why this area is called St Giles, is because this lovely church here with its steeple and clock. Shame the clock doesn't work anymore, but, and as you can see, you've got St Giles High Street there in the old borough of Holborn. The borough of Holborn is now the London Borough of Camden since 1965. And it's a nice part of London here because you've got nice little green spaces here right in the heart of London's bustling West End. So it's not all glass and cars and pollution and all that sort of crap. You do get your nice spots as well. And you've got over here, you've got a Boris monster there. And it looks like it's broken down. Oh dear. Because those buses are well known for breaking down. Because they're absolutely awful things. But hey, London people, London ways. This is LT826, so it's got its hazard lights on, so I think it's broken down, who knows. It's one of the Clapton ones which are normally used on the 38, even though it's slightly off its line of route today because we've got the half marathon going on in London or whatever it is. So this is St Giles High Street. You've got the Angel pub here, beautiful bit of Victorian architecture here. Not to be confused with the Angel over in Islington. And then just underneath the trees you've got another Boris monster there on the number 8, which is the West End terminus. This is the Tottenham Court Road terminus of the number 8. Now years ago, when the number 8 used to have route masters, it used to go to Victoria. Nowadays it only runs as far as here, as far as Tottenham Court Road stroke St Giles. So that one there, that is LT270 from Bow Garage, Bow in East London, which used to have route masters on Route 8 until 2004. Got a nice flash car there, looks like a Lamborghini wanker-mobile there, turning right. Spot the cunt competition. Plenty of cunts around here, but that's my little opinion there. There's number 14. It's quite weird seeing number 14 is going down this way, because years ago they used to terminate round the corner where I was just earlier on. So here we've got the Shaftesbury Theatre, and look what we've got in the middle of the photo. We've got another route master, it's one of ours. This is RM 1941, which is being used for the Just for One Day musical, the famous Live Aid musical. We've got to watch this junction here because they drive like absolute maniacs along here, and if you get run over along here it makes a bit of a mess. Oh look, a taxi, there you are, proper London taxi cab there. Passing a route master, and there's Robbie putting his hi-fi on. There he is, giving us a little wave as he always does. Because Robert's such a friendly guy, he's a lovely fella. I should know because I work with him. Ah, you're welcome. And look what we've got here. This is RM 1941, which used to be on Heritage Route 15. Now it runs on the T15, and it also runs on private hire work as well. So as you can see, it's got the blinds there for 40 years on. The Live Aid musical, Just for One Day. Look at that, nice and arty there. There you go. Nice view of the blind box there. 40 years on Live Aid. And when Live Aid, the original Live Aid was happening, I was 10 years old. So there's the fleet number there, RM1941 or RM1941, along with the Route Master type code on top. There's the Wandsworth garage code there, WD for Wandsworth. There's the London Transport lettering there, 1960s gold leaf lettering. And what I'll do, I'll show you the inside of the bus as well. There's the Shaftesbury Theatre there in all its Victorian splendour. Robbie's just told me to make a note of the advert. There we are. So we've got the Just for One Day production at the Shaftesbury Theatre, featuring all the music of the likes of Bob Dylan, David Bowie, The Who, U2, Queen, Madonna, Elton John, Paul McCartney and many more. And also Bob Geldof as well, who orchestrated it all back in 1985. We need your fucking money now. I'm Bob Geldof. I know this much is true, so it is. Catch yourself on, Stephen. So it says, I know this much is true. So that's from Spandau Ballet, or the song Gold. So we're going to have a look inside RM1941. So this is RM1941. There's the lower saloon of the bus, looking towards the driver's cab. And I've got Debbie Gibson here, so I'll just let her say hello to you all. Get her out of her little box. So here's Debbie Gibson. There's Debbie Gibson there. She hasn't got any tickets inside her at the moment. I'm ordering a few modern replacement tickets. There's her little box there. So this is where Debbie Gibson lives, in her normal little box. There's Robbie on the platform there. There he is, happy as always. And then we're going up the stairs to the upper saloon of RM1941. So this view is looking towards the front of the bus, along with these lovely hopper windows. And the two hopper windows which don't open, but hopefully they will do at some point in the future. And also we've got the advert here for the Just for One Day musical, just here. So there's a few adverts as well, and also we've got the route diagram for Route T15. Take a ride on a London icon. Route T15, of course, which goes from Trafalgar Square to St Paul's and Tower Hill. £2.50 for adults, £1 for kids, and £2 for pensioners and students. Travel cards and Oyster cards not welcome, obviously. There's the advertising for the Just for One Day. So today we're actually at the premiere. So that's the Shaftesbury Theatre there. And as you can see, you've got the Just for One Day barricades and barriers there. So we've got the celebrity premiere. So hopefully we might get some celebrities on our bus later on. You never know. Hopefully I'll be around to see them and say hello. And you never know, I might even have a selfie with them as well, so who knows. So this is just a view of the platform there. You've got the passengers must not give the starting signal. Oh yeah. And of course the famous Park Royal building plaque, the builder's plaque there. Park Royal vehicles, and of course the Hanson Dorset trim plaque, which meant that this bus was refurbished by Hanson Dorset Trim in February 2017. RM1941. There's a conductor's locker there, there's my reflection. So that's the lower saloon of the bus, looking towards the front of the vehicle. What else have we got? So there's Debbie Gibson and her carry case. I'm just going to follow Robbie over because he's directing me to some other magical features of the bus, like the engine. So this is the Cummins engine, which was fitted to this bus in the early 2000s. So that's a Cummins B series engine there. And also we've got the Imbibus radiator badge there, which I quite like on that one. So if anyone's got a screwdriver, let me know, because I wouldn't mind that. And then we've got the code there, WD15, which is our allocation code for tonight's work. Leave you with this arty little work on RM1941. I can hear some nice 80s music, so it looks like the people might be starting to make their way out, who knows. So this view is looking towards, that's Shaftesbury Avenue, straight in the middle of your screen there. So that takes you all the way down towards Piccadilly Circus and into the West End. And on the right, that's St Giles High Street, that takes you towards Tottenham Court Road and Charing Cross Road. And if you go up that way, that takes you up towards New Oxford Street and Holborn and places like that. So yeah, that's RM1941. I'll leave you with this nice offside view of RM1941 there. So yeah, that's RM 1941 by the Shaftesbury Theatre, advertising just for one day, which is of course the musical based on Live Aid 40 years ago. Where's all that time gone? So I'll leave you for this one now. That's all right. So I'll leave you with this vlog for now. We're coming up to 10 minutes. I'll leave you with a nice friendly face of the route master there. Look at that nice radiator there with the registration number and this cute little radiator badge with the Imbabus roundel on it. And just one more near side shot of the fleet number. Of course, this flap which opens to allow the engine to cool down, because as we all know, Robbie likes to have open flaps occasionally. Robbie likes his flaps open, mate. Nice bit of double entendre there. What else have we got? Oh yeah, we're going to compare architecture. We've got this Lego set building here, and you've got this beautiful Victorian building here. Look at this gorgeous architecture here. This is true Victorian building here. Oh yeah, I must check that out in a minute. But if you look to your left, we've got this hideous looking Lego set. That's all I can call it now. That's not, to me, that's not architecture. It's just a 5-year-old could come up with that as a drawing. Now let's hunt around for this blue plaque, because Robbie says there's a blue plaque somewhere around here. Where are we? Let's have a look.
Corner of that building.
Oh, okay, right. Robbie's directing me to the corner of the building. This is where we saw the celebrities earlier on. People like Sally Lindsay and a few others. So let's have a look at this blue plaque. So this is St Giles High Street, and then it becomes the top end of Shaftesbury Avenue, I think. Got this gorgeous church as well on the left hand side. Oh yeah, blue plaque is on the church. So what I'll do, okay, so we're heading northwards. So what we'll do is just mingle with some of the tourists and what have you. Just watch ourselves on this road. There we are, the road's all clear. So on this church we've got this blue plaque. Now I like hunting around for blue plaques because you never know who the blue plaques might be connected to. We've got the Crown pub over there, which is a nice little pub. So we've got this blue plaque up here. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, who had a dream. So it says, the first sermon on British soil by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King was preached here at Bloomsbury Central Baptist Church in October 1961. So yeah, Martin Luther King, the man who had a dream back in the 60s. And also on the other side of the road you've got this old street sign there, it's Shaftesbury Avenue there. So what we're going to do, we're going to head back down to the bus in case someone runs off with it, because Robbie gets worried about things like that. Oh yeah, we'll look at the other blue plaque and then we'll head back to the bus. That sounds fair enough. So there's the bus in the middle of your photo, along with Robbie and his high-vis jacket there. He's taking it off now because, yeah, high-vis jackets are the bane of my life, to be honest. I only wear mine in the garage or if it's in a confined space like a lift or something. So we've got another blue plaque there, Fanny Wilkinson. Now it's gone a bit dark, let's see what we can, yeah, can just make it out there. So Fanny Wilkinson, landscape gardener and designer of many open spaces in London. She lived and worked here from 1885 to 1896, okay. Fanny Wilkinson, okay. And then you've got this other old sign here as well. This very old sign there, it just about says Borough of Holborn. Now the Borough of Holborn no longer exists because in 1965 it was merged into the then new borough, which was the London Borough of Camden. So the Borough of Holborn doesn't exist anymore. So we've got this lovely little square here. It's nice and leafy and green. That's what I like about central London. You've got lots of green spaces and stuff. So it's not all concrete and glass and steel. You know, you do have trees and greenery and stuff. So we're just going to make our way back to the bus. So it looks like the people are starting to come out of the theatre, so you never know, there might be some mingling around. So we're going back into our VIP area. So you never know, we might meet a few famous people as they come on the bus. So yeah, that's the Shaftesbury Theatre. As you can see, there it is on the left hand side. Shaftesbury Theatre. I think that could be the interval. I'm not sure if it's the end or the interval, but either way there's people out there. And if there's life in Peckham, there's life in Peckham. So now we're coming back towards RM 1941 with its special set of blinds. I know this much is true. That's from the song True by Spandau Ballet from 1982, I think it was, or 1983. And this is also, it says, I know this much is true. So yeah, hopefully you've all enjoyed this little video. Hope everyone's keeping well, hope everyone's keeping out mischief and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I'll just leave you with this parting shot of the top end of, rear end of RM 1941. Hope everyone's all well, hope everyone's having a lovely time, and I'll sign off and I shall say tar for the like.